Wait for the first couple of seconds to run. As I promised, I am back. And I'm going to try to see, the important thing was to check if the Dude's Digest is running. Somebody told me that the Dude's Digest is running. So we're going to press the button and see if the Dude's Digest is running. I just did a search, typed in the Dudes. If you don't believe it, because you can't see it, I will zoom in. Gosh darn it. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. BS. Just won't stop, will it? Get out of the way. And it takes forever for it to get out of the way. But anyway, you can see there, the Dude's Digest is what I typed in there. It's quite easy to see. But anyway, I typed it in and I pressed the search button over here. It is now running that little bar again. Again, the Dude's Digest, it does not appear. The Dude's Digest. Enter once more. Just in case you guys wanted to see. It is not live. It is not back. It is not searchable. So I don't know what they were talking about, but maybe it was temporarily. Maybe it was temporarily, but it's not right now. Again, issues with attainable goals versus non-attainable goal. On the left here, you have the YouTube channel, 159K. We've been stuck there for a long time. We've got 8.8K videos. That's a lot of videos. We've reached over the 1K requirement, and we've reached more views, watch hours than required. We almost doubled it. I showed that to you guys last time. Was it here or something? Look at this, 8,000 hours of watch time. This was achieved eight days ago. So that is way more than what is required. But again, because we can't pass the other thing, because it's not enough to pass that. You've got the review process of death. This is the old version of the app, so it doesn't have the check out the. And on this one I can't show you because I don't think I can even log in to my account, but we can try. So on this one, it does have the pay whatever thing, but I can't use it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, no, I can use it. That's right, because I'm logged into this, but not into the other one. So I can use it to show you guys what the requirements are. The requirements are 4,000 watch time hours, which we have. If you, gosh darn it. It says over there, 8,000 hours of watch time. So that is more than required, more than the requirement, which is only half that. But because we haven't passed the other bit of the review, which is pass channel review, you have to pass the channel review. It's not enough to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. What you need on top of that is to pass the review. And of course, the algorithm of death is not going to let us pass the review, which is why the Marker Reviews YouTube channel is not monetized. You see Marker Reviews right there. But people here from the Woodbridge, Irvine, California Woodbridge Association, and some people think that this is the Junk Dumper Reviews channel. So, yeah, fantastic stuff. Let's see if we can actually enter, because we've been having issues with that. If we say add an account, continue, sign in. We said Marker Reviews, continue, enter your password. Can't show you the password, but I will enter the password. And then I enter the actual correct password, and it gives me too many fail attempts. That is how stupid the system is. I'm going to try it one more time. Again, this should not show up. For some reason, malware is present on the phone. That's impossible. It's an iPhone. There's no such thing as malicious stuff on iPhones, right? That's what they tell you anyway. So I type in the thing again. And I press go. And maybe this time it worked. Let's see. Google confirmed the phone is yours. This helps show blah, blah, blah. I'm going to press the update password. Let's see if they finally got it right. Press continue. And see, 400. That's an error. The server cannot process the request because it is malformed. It is malformed. You said it. I didn't, Google. It should not be retried. That's all we know. Man, when I say stuff like, baby, come back, you can blame it all on me. I was wrong. We need you back, Susan. Because we need the old, we need, not as in old, but we need the previous. We need the previous wonderful lady that was with us at Google and at YouTube to come back, because the new CEO has no idea what he's doing. And in the short time that he's been around, 2 channels have been killed. The Dude's Digest, and again, who knows why the poor Dude's Digest, the Steve channel, the Dude's Digest is dead. We all know why the new I Need Doll Marco Reviews channel is dead. We know why that disappeared, because it's associated with me. And poor Steve, the Dude's Digest, his channel is down. And just remember what we found. The ultimate insult, Dude's Wipes. Dude's Wipes. And this is what Irvine, California Woodbridge believes is our channel. Junk Dumper Reviews is now the Mark Reviews channel. And from now on, I actually think it's pretty catchy. It probably would do better than Mark Reviews at this point, because we know that the algorithm loves hatred and all that stuff. And if you guys haven't seen the latest and greatest video from the Eli the Computer Guy off of, I think it's Blobs. I can't remember what it's called now. I left it on the wall so you guys can go check it out. I think it's the Daily Blob. You guys can check that out. But anyway, I promised I was going to do a couple of flights in Real Flight Evolution. So here we are with one of my favorite planes of all times, which is this plane right here. It is the Something Mitchell, and I love this plane. So cool. Now, a subscriber said that they bought Real Flight Evolution and that they struggled so much with getting it up and running that eventually they just sent it back. And the reason that is guys, just please remember, if you decide to buy this, you do need to have a decent computer to run this thing. I am currently running it on a Microsoft Surface Pro 7. But the only reason I can run it on here is because I have turned off pretty much all of the render-intensive programs, and I've just stopped them from running. And you can see that it's not perfect. It is still pretty glitchy when it runs, but it still runs well enough that I can use it and promote it and show it to you guys. But just know that you need a better computer than this. The better RAM that you have, the better graphics card that you have, the more likely you're going to be able to do well with this simulator. It does require a lot. You also have to go into the settings, as I've shown before many times, and put your graphics settings down to 0 if you're using old computers like these. If you don't follow that instruction, you will not be able to do anything at all in the simulator. So just make sure that you do that, okay? Not all computers will be able to run this, especially the old computers will not be able to run this. And one of the issues that you run into with the latest versions of Windows 10 and Windows 11, they're very render intensive, so you need to have a really good graphics card to run those systems, and you need a crap load of RAM if you don't have that. And also you need to try to shut down any other programs that are running in the background, or you will not be able to do this the way that you see me do it in these videos. So this is one thing that you really need to take into account when you decide to purchase this, is you need to understand how computers work. You need to know how to get into that famous editor system. I'll bring it up. Here it is. You need to know how to get into this editor here. This task manager, you need to go in here and learn how to close out any things. You might have to go into the performances and all the stuff. Right now, it's not going very well. It's kind of glitchy because I still have a couple of programs that are running. Ideally, you want to have 0 apps other than RealFlight and Steam running. And obviously, if you can run it without Steam, it runs even smoother still. This laptop here only has 8 gigabytes of RAM. Ideally, you want to have 16 at the very least to be able to run this smoothly. And if you don't have 16, at least your graphics card itself must have a whole bunch of RAM on it in order to run the simulator the proper way. I do believe that a lot of the there's a good chance that a lot of the things that I can't beat, a lot of the levels that I can't beat in this, are partially due to the fact that there is lag. So you cannot really go as fast as you would expect to be able to go, and also the lag can cause significant issues when flying or attempting to fly all these vehicles. So in my opinion, this is still the best and easiest ready to run simulator that you can purchase on the market today, especially if bought together with a remote control that you guys see displayed on screen, which is the Spectrum remote. And once you learn how to use that, it makes it a lot easier for you to then go and fly the Horizon Hobby plane series, all of those, whether it's eFlight or Horizon Hobby or Hobby Zone, or is it I think it's UMX, FMS. Anyway, all bunch of different planes that are available for you to fly in the simulator will also fly very well with this particular remote. And therefore, to know how all the buttons and what they do and stuff like that is a big deal. It's a big deal, rather than you trying to install and set up your own remote to work with a simulator. Don't do that to yourself unless you're really good with computers and good with all the other stuff that you need to do to set it up. I've shown how difficult it is and how it's just so much better to just attach the one that comes with the system to fly. Yeah, so that is my recommendation. And again, as I said before, if somebody did go by my recommendation and they bought this and they were not able to run it, that is because they probably did not they did not know how to go into the task manager and turn off all the other things that were running in the background, and therefore they were not able to use it, which is sad, because they could have had a lot of fun. But also, it does mean that, in order to do all these cool things, you need to know a little bit about computing, and how to access those things, because Windows, especially Windows, the new Windows 10 and Windows above, doesn't make it easy for you to access the task manager and all that kind of stuff. Although it was a lot easier to do in previous versions of Windows. Previous versions of Windows were easier to hack and for viruses to get into the system and all that stuff. But when it came down to managing certain things like this and allowing you to do all kinds of things, download and get the best performance out of your PC, those were just better. So the previous versions of Windows, I would say Windows 7 was the last decent or half decent Windows that they had, because you could still do a whole lot of stuff on there. But it's missing some of the latest and greatest technology that makes a lot of things more plug and play. But life moves on, right? Life moves on, and this is what you're going to get when you buy a new computer these days. It will come automatically installed with Windows 11, I think, if you buy one now. And so you'll just have to figure out how to do it. Or one of the ways that you can make your life less stressful is just to have more RAM in your system. You could go as high as 32 gigabytes of RAM, I think, nowadays. And I strongly suggest you do that if you are planning to do lots of running a lot of simulators and video games and stuff. More RAM equals better performance. And a lot of people don't know about this. So they'll buy a nice brand new laptop and it only has like 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, this is 2023, guys. If you are buying a new computer and you have 8 gigs of RAM, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. Because just running Windows 11 is going to take up most of that RAM. So don't do that to yourselves, because you're just going to have a bad time. And again, if you're not running video games and you're just running word processing stuff, you may not have any issues. But if you're running a business model, like a seriously complicated business model at Excel, or like creating some complicated PowerPoint presentations and stuff, you need to have at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is the modern world. This is modern age. You're trying to run stuff on an 8 gigabytes. You might as well just get a MacBook Pro or something, because on that it'll be easier to run. And again, I don't like Macs, but you can always install your favorite version of Windows on a Mac. So then that makes it better and easier for you. Anyway, so I thought I'd just do a quick fly around with this thing. I mean, I absolutely love this. This is one of the things that brings me into a happier mood. And so whenever I can, I just get behind the sticks. With all the FAA regulations and things that are going on now, I would never be able to fly something this size. This is way larger than the Aero Scout, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, the latest and greatest FAA regulations are really causing a lot of issues. They're trying so hard. What's the nice guy there? Mr. Camps from Drone Camps RC, and a bunch of other people in the community. Original Dobo, I think maybe even Authentech, a bunch of other people as well are trying. Don't know if Captain Drone has joined them. Hopefully Captain Drone has joined them. I'm hoping the RC Sailors will get on board too, and a bunch of other amazing Authentech, Joshua Bardwell, Albert Kim. I hope everybody, Justin Dunhill, you name it. I hope everybody's getting on this thing to try to repeal the the 250 gram thing. It's not. I mean, it's a great thing that they're trying to create enough of a stink that hopefully the FAA will resolve it, and that we'll be able to fly things that are a little bit larger, especially for planes. There's a lot of planes that basically don't even carry cameras on them, that you can't fly now. In the past, the FAA was only coming down hard on the drone community, but they've actually started coming down hard on the just the planes community. And what that's going to do is it's going to kill the a lot of the business that the hobby stores here in California and in a bunch of other places in America, because they won't be able to sell any RC planes that don't come with cameras stock to clients, because clients will have to have a Part 107. And as I explained before, Part 107 is not an easy thing. It's not an easy. It's the equivalent of trying to learn how to get the what do you call it? The CFA. The CFA for people who are in finance. So basically, it's almost as difficult as getting your license to fly a real plane. But this is what RC pilots, so basically people with remote controls like what I'm doing right now, would have to have in order to fly large planes. So It's basically going to kill the hobby. Remember how I said I used to go to New York, and in New York you used to be able to buy drones in all the little small moms and pop shops in the street. You notice if you go to New York now, you cannot buy any drones at all in those shops. They've removed that because why? Because people need a Part 107, and not many people give a crap enough to get a Part 107 because one, it's hard. It's a really hard test to pass, and two, you have to throw away a bunch of money on that. Whilst before you didn't have to do anything at all to fly these awesome planes or fly drones or anything like that. So they've basically destroyed the hobby sales and all that stuff. And I'm sure that maybe a lot of people will just fly in non-compliance. But yeah, that is just the way that things have gone. Most likely, people will just fly in non-compliance with the ridiculous laws. But the problem is, if they do fly with non-compliance, and there is somebody in who does know about these things and approaches them, they could get fined and stuff, which is ridiculous, really, because I mean, these planes, you can buy them, and they don't come with cameras on them. None of these planes come with cameras on them. It's there's no reason. There's nothing being your privacy is not being affected at all by people flying these planes. So it's just ignorance. It's just try to teach a bunch of dinosaurs in the government what's really going on with reality. I mean, most people in the government probably should not be in the government anymore because they're really detached and have no idea what's going on in real life. They're going by the old things that they know, which is like 100 years ago. And it's just really not in touch with reality. So anyway, so the FAA has gone out and is destroying whatever else is left of the RC hobby. And again, you probably can still buy remote control cars, remote control trucks, and things like that, and not have to have Part 107 or any like license to pilot and all that stuff. But for how long? Like so what I said with 3D printing. 3D printing is not cool enough. It's not well known enough. It's not popular and creates enough business enough for them to create licenses and force people to get licensed for that yet. But once they do, mark my words, that's going to be something that they're going to jump on right away, because everything in America now requires a license. And yeah, as I always make the joke of if you have an itch that you need to scratch, you can only get it scratched by a licensed scratcher. Like if you need somebody to pick your nose, can't do it yourself. You got to get somebody who is a licensed nose picker to come in and help you out. That is America today, guys. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. Before you know, we're going to be like North Korea, or I can't remember which one of the Koreas. It's one of those. Or some other dystopia. Let's see what kind of fun planes can we fly. That the Mitchell was and is my absolute favorite. It's so controllable. I still smash it in so many different places, but gotta tell you, compared to some of the other things that I fly it pretty well. I was gonna do this one. I'm hoping that they're gonna update. I haven't done an update on this for a while. This is one of the ones that I really struggle flying. It is way smaller than the Mitchell, but I just struggle with it. So let's see if I can fly it at all. Oh, man. That was close, guys. It's coming back to me. I'm trying to fly a little bit slower. You can hear a real plane in the background. Okay. I'm struggling a lot with it, but it's coming back. Again, I'm flying this in safe select. Even in safe select, I am struggling a little bit with this. I'm not going to be able to do loops and rolls in safe because safe stops you from doing those, which is probably a good thing because I will probably crash this anyway. Missed the runway. Oh, I survived. I survived. Wait, well, what happened? Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. I was on one wheel, doing a wheelie on one wheel there. That's interesting. That is truly interesting. All right, I'll try one more takeoff. Let's see. One more takeoff in safe. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gonna hit that tree. And Ken Heron is gonna tell you what trees do. Ah, God bless him. God bless him. Recently they did a really fun video. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was Ken Heron with original Dobo in the same live stream. Is really fun. And then original Dobo and Eddie Nunez did another really fun show the other day on the Ken Dobo channel. Eddie's got some really cool new projects. I'm so happy his channel has finally taken off. So that's cool. That is really cool. Ooh, let's see. Can I make another landing? Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for my level. Now let's try to jump out of, wait, wrong button. I'm gonna go into AS3X. AS3X allows me to do loops and rolls. Well, if I can. If I can. It allows me to, give me the ability to, but then it's up to me to not blow up the plane. So let's see. I'm still going a little bit too fast. Let's see. I'm gonna reverse and up, 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 up. Oh, I did the famous penguin slide. I was hoping I was gonna do a good one there. Anyway, we're back up in the air. Let's try this once again. Whoa, 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 whoa. And there's the tree effect. One more time. This is what I was telling you guys with the Mitchell. It doesn't even have AS3X. It's just naturally easy to fly, and it doesn't have AS3X or safe. It's just automatically in the Fonz mode. It automatically goes into Fonz mode, and that means you can do loops, rolls, and all that stuff out of the box. But you saw how controllable it was, which is why I still did crash it a little bit, but it wasn't disastrous or anything. Come on, get back here, get back here. Okay, so it's coming to me. Now, no, lift. Oh man, I'm gonna do a loop. No, whoa, that was that. I destroyed it. Okay, one last plane, and we're gonna end the live stream there. Let's see what other plane we've got here. I haven't flown this one in a while. Let's try the Douglas. Nothing to do with Michael Douglas, but let's try the Douglas. If I can do one. This one also does not have any different systems. So let's get it up in the air real quick. Up we go. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm liking it so far. Don't hit that train. Oh, it needs a lot of power. And I lost it. Although maybe not. Maybe it's a little miracle. Wrong way. Okay, come this way. I still have it. It's still alive, but not really because it stopped moving. I think we lost the wing. One last chance. All I want to do is to lift it off the ground. Looks like the battery on this thing is dead too. And all I was trying to do is turn and come back for some sort of a landing. Lift. No. I can't do it. So this is one of the more difficult to fly planes. I want to finish this on a high with one decent landing, if that is a thing that we could do. Oh, why not? This is a great plane here. The Draco. It is humongous, but in safe, it should allow me to lift on a dime, then turn on a dime, and then land, hopefully still with very little space required. It is a very large plane, so let's see if we can turn to the right here over the tree and come back and make it. Okay, coming in as softly as I can, and not bad, not bad. This is at least a landing, unlike before, which we crash landed. We lost the wing. It was a disaster. But this shows you how, even though this is a huge plane, it really depends on the plane sometimes on how easily you can fly these things. It's a huge plane. It is way bigger than what you guys saw me fly in real life, which was the Aero Scout, but it is a great plane. So with that said, guys, thanks again for joining me real quick. Again, the channel's new name is Junk Dumper Reviews from now on, so that's where we're headed. This is what they think of our products and things that Steve and I have come up with. And again, where is it? The Dude's Digest is down. I tried to email my friend on the Dude's Digest. The, what do you call it? The Mail Demon or Daemon, whatever it's called, returned that you can't send an email to that account. I can't find it on here either when I tried to do the YouTube search. And iNeedDoll has gone through the same thing. So I would tell you to go to the, I would tell you to follow the link and go help Steve with his brand new channel, The Dude's Digest. But unfortunately, it wouldn't do you any good because it's down. It's dead. The YouTube algorithm, by association, since I am the peskiest, most conniving son of a gun ever to live, more hated than Donald Duck, more hated than Andrew Tate, more hated than Joe Rogan, more hated than you name it. Apparently, by association, his channel was down. What can you do? What can you do? Not much. So with that, I bid you farewell, and I'll see you all in the next one.